a video came across my channel called The Happiest Jobs of 2026. That's right, I said it, the J word.
Work to become, not to acquire. I love my job, and Zach hates his.
That's not true.
But what makes a job a happy job? Well, a recent
How you guys doing? Are you guys triggered so far? Is everybody okay?
report covering 60,000 employees and 1,700 companies has found that average employee satisfaction has risen to its highest level since 2023.
I mean, since 2023 is not that big of an accomplishment.
That's not that
That's
far.
2 years.
It's like, well, people are happier now than they were yesterday. So today we are looking at the 17 happiest jobs according to Indeed.com.
Okay, first off, there's no way that can be true because there's so many, like the loneliness epidemic is something that's widely talked about right now, and it seems to resonate with a lot of people. But like, maybe is that just for people that are online a lot? Like, are people that are employed just not online as much? I don't know, guys, but we're going to find out.
A website that has never actually helped anyone ever get a job.
That's their slogan. We're going to break down each job on the list and dig into the numbers behind it. What actually makes a job meaningful, engaging, and worth showing up for? All right, starting with number 17.
Number 17.
Lifeguard.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You ever been a lifeguard?
I was a lifeguard.
How does that make sense?
That tracks.
I was a lifeguard.
100.
That feels like a comment that just came out of nowhere. Guys, here's what I will say. I do feel lucky because regardless of how this is going for me, I love doing what I do genuinely. Because it's like, there's something to be said about waking up every day and working on something, and like, you could be making a lottery ticket, or you could be making something that's just like normal, right? So what I'm saying by that is, like, when I made that Looker short, for example, I had no clue that thing was going to get 17 million views. You know what I mean? I had a suspicion that it would do well, but like, it's just, there's something exciting about that, you know? So I am happy that I'm happy that I am at least doing something that I really like. Like, that's one thing that I have going for me is I really love doing this. Streaming's going to be top 5? I don't think so. I think streaming's going to be like maybe top 5 unhappiest jobs.
% you were a lifeguard, dude. People look at us, they probably think that guy's been a lifeguard. That guy has not.
I worked at Bocage Racket Club.
What are they
it was
talking
like
about?
A fancy tennis club with a pool. Like, I think, though, when I think of this, I was actually thinking of the beach lifeguards, which is a way more legit job.
Yeah.
Because they're actually constantly rescuing people. But they're at the beach, they're in the sun, they're driving around in those red trucks. It's a cool job.
Yeah, for sure. It's not all fun and games. Okay?
Yeah.
I think there are some instances where being a lifeguard is a very serious position. I mean,
Wait, what's
Life-
Okay, I know what show that is, Baywatch, but is that something that actually happened? What is this B-roll footage? Has there ever been an instance where a little girl digs up a grenade and then David Hasselhoff has to chuck it into the ocean to make sure nobody gets hurt? What type of lifeguard is going through that?
guard. What's more serious than that? But I think there is also a lot of it that's fun and just straight hook it up. Okay, so Zach has already seen this.
Some of this feels
because
AI generated. Some
we
of
had
this
to write it on the
commentary.
board. That's just logistics. I am seeing them for the first time.
The list ranking are based on Indeed's work well-being score, asking employees to rank how much they agree or disagree with the following statements. I am happy at work most of the time. My work has a clear sense of purpose. Overall, I'm completely satisfied with my job. And I feel stressed at work most of the time. So that's how the scores were determined. So based on that, what do you think is number 1?
ICE agent. I gotta imagine, like, child surgeon. Not like, that's
What?
But
What, bro? What?
This marker.
surgeon.
Next.
Actually, that's a good question, though. Okay, there's no way. Okay, number 1 happiest job. I would say, I'm trying to think of what's the most fulfilling job. It can't be nurse, just because they work so hard. Like I know I have a couple family members that are nurses, and like they just work so hard. Like teacher, I feel like if it was paid better, could potentially be up there because it's super fulfilling. It's definitely not streamer, bro. I'll tell you that right now. It's definitely not streamer. It might be. I don't even think YouTube or like content creators up there. I don't think it can be that. I don't know, man. I'm thinking like librarian maybe. I don't know. We'll find out.
On the list,
Bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper? I didn't even know
I said
people still
librarian.
use that word. I think it's like an accountant.
Maybe not licensed.
I don't know. Bookkeeper is the only word in the English language with 3 consecutive double letters. Fun fact.
Really?
Yep. 3 in a row. Isn't that crazy?
I feel like the bookkeeper is like, you got a family business, you run a deli or something. and
Food
like,
taster?
Ma, I'm the bookkeeper.
It's just because it's an old word.
Yeah, well, this place would fall apart without me. These guys? Yeah, right. They've never seen a number in their life. They're just busy making all the pies. We're calling our accountant. You just hear like steel drums and stuff. And he's like, oh, I forgot to call you. I did a lot of bad stuff with your money.
What's up?
Okay, all right, okay. Here's what I will say. All right. I don't even necessarily know if I'm enjoying this video right now. Because like I thought they would explain why, but they just seem to be revealing it and then revealing an interesting fact about the word and then just riffing about what they think bookkeepers do.
Dude,
We're talking about the happiest jobs, and what is on the list is bookkeeper.
accountant, you are certified. Less about the day-to-day. The bookkeeper is really all about upkeeping the general ledger.
Could you describe this job as chill?
Yeah, I mean, it could be chill. You probably
Okay, this
clock
is
into
good.
Work and you know exactly what needs to be done. There's really no curveballs. You know, the consistency that could lead to it, like a good work-life balance.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Jake.
You know, okay, speaking of work-life balance, guys, here's what I will say. And I'm only saying this to like just get showered in pity, you know? Like, oh my God, guys, feel bad for me, please. But I used to work at a factory, at a foundry, or 5 different periods of time that I used to work at a foundry. It's like they melt metal and they pour the metal into molds and make like semi-engines and stuff like that, like just like big metal parts. And it used to be really physically tough work, but once you clocked out, you were done. Once you clocked out of work, you didn't have to think about it anymore. Whereas with what I'm doing now, I'm not necessarily saying that it's harder, but like I could always be doing stuff. 24/7, I could always be doing stuff. And every time I'm not doing stuff, I always think about, like, even if it's just for a second, I'm like, oh, I could be doing this right now. You know what I mean? So there is no real clocking out if you're just like, if you fill out a 1099, that's a better way to put it. If you work for yourself, there's no clocking out really.
Jacob.
Okay, great. And yeah, I'll charge you guys for this call.
Yes. No, we can't afford that. You know that.
Number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce.
It support specialist. I guess you follow that clown around, you help him terrorize kids.
IT support specialist is a position where you have a lot of leverage. When people need you, they really need you.
It's an equalizer job. So like one of the few jobs I've had, I worked at Fox, and we had an IT guy. They were like these like big entertainment executives, and they would call in this
Is this
guy,
true?
And he'd be like, so, can't figure it out, can you? Can't figure out how to get your computer onto your TV, huh? Well, let me show you how. These are all like, this place would fall apart.
You know, honestly, just thinking about IT support specialist, I feel like, and this is based in no logic and no facts, but I feel like at least a good majority of your time is spent explaining simple things like hooking up your PC to a TV screen to like boomers. If your job is literally explaining the most it's like teaching your grandma how to use the iPad. If your job is literally that, and like you just get showered with praise and like, oh my God, you're a magician, you're a genius. I could see how that would make you feel good. You know what I mean?
Without me, Jobs.
Yeah. Next one. 14. Administrative assistant.
Again.
This place would fall apart without
people
me.
are relying on you.
You feel needed.
Yeah, you feel needed.
So Oxford actually took the top 100
What
publicly
does this
traded
do?
companies with the highest scores and compared their stock performance against the market as a whole. If you'd invested $1,000 in the NASDAQ, it would have returned $1,400. For the S&P 500, it would have returned $1,479. And for the top 100 happiest companies, it would have returned $1,533.
If you invest in happier companies, you'd have a bigger return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell do you know who's happy and who's not?
In this landscape, you don't just
This is about to be an ad. Watch, this is about to be an ad. Hang on, watch this. It is! It is! I called it. I chronically watch YouTube. I knew it.
Maintenance technician. Yeah, you just roll in and there's the office is flooding. And Guess you guys really need me, huh?
Yeah. Before I showed up, there was poop all over the place. And when I left, there still was. It's not my job to clean it up. But I stopped it. I stopped more poop getting in, though.
Number 12. Firefighter.
Okay, now this is interesting. And I don't want. Okay, let me just say this. I have a very, very reliable source about firefighting as an occupation, and I've heard from that same source that firefighters actually have one of the highest rates of mortality. If firefighter is the 12th happiest job that you can have, and also it has one of the highest mortality rates, that's crazy.
Sick. Respected.
Yes.
You save lives.
Mm-hmm.
Firefighters are in really good shape. You got to be to climb all those ladders and carry people and stuff. It's a rare opportunity as an adult to be like in a house with a bunch of dudes making chili. And for some reason, your helmet is a backwards hat.
Yeah.
You know? Sick, dude. Dude, firefighters rule.
Guys, from the same trusted source, I know that all firefighters do is sit around on a table and play poker and make chili. And if the trusted source ever watches this video, I'm just kidding. You guys work really hard. I'm just kidding.
Cool.
Flight attendant. This surprises me because I feel like they deal with a lot of crap.
Yeah, nowadays especially. I feel like in the 60s it would be a swinging gig.
But it must be very social. You travel a lot, and you get
Flight
crazy
attendant,
benefits
really?
to fly when you're off.
You get to fly
Free or heavily discounted, I think. Oh, something that we should.
Yeah, but like, okay, you get to travel for free and take discounted things, and I guess it's a very social job. But like, you can't. Can you have a family and be a flight attendant? Because you're flying everywhere, and then you have to stay in a hotel overnight for 24 hours or whatever until your next flight back home. I feel like you're traveling all over the place. Like, don't people not like traveling for work? Like, some of the people, the ways that they talk to the flight attendants is a little... It doesn't happen often, I guess. I've taken a lot of flights and I haven't seen it often, so I don't. Maybe it's few and far between, but this still surprises me.
Point out, all of these are going to be employed positions. There's not going to be small business owner on here. There's not going to be you own a bar or whatever. The reason I bring that up is because flight attendant, I feel like it's a job that doesn't follow you home. You get off that plane, you're clocked out, and like you're leaving.
That's
work
true.
behind.
That's true.
And it's not just sitting in your brain.
Unless you have to like duct tape a guy to a seat. Or if someone like runs down the aisle with diarrhea and diarrhea is all over the aisle.
Yeah.
You know, here's what I will say. I guarantee you can think of one right now. But you guys have seen those videos where it's just like someone's making a huge scene on a plane. That would be miserable. But like, has anyone ever actually witnessed that in person? You know, like what if all of those videos are just staged because I never see them? I've never seen someone be like, I'm not taking off my hat. You know what I mean? If you want me to take off my hat, you're gonna have to drag my dead body off this plane. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like those are so common online, but I've literally never seen anything like that in person ever.
I bet you would be.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with my job
like,
for sure.
That was fucked up.
I would have just stopped doing it if I wasn't.
Number 10. Carpenter. Finally,
yes,
I was waiting for a
dude.
job like this. This is the first one on the list that is, there's a craft. And I think there's something very satisfying about that. Working on buildings, you can drive by the building years later and be like, I helped build that. Real good with a tape measure.
Oh, yeah, dude. This mom. So good with a tape measure. Oh, and you can walk into other buildings and you can be like,
How did this make it into the final cut? Genuinely.
this place sucks.
All right, so a different study conducted by Bamboo HR looked at employee satisfaction by simply asking how much they would recommend their place of work to somebody else. And they actually found notable differences in job satisfaction
17
based
people
on
total.
how long people had worked there. So basically, the happiest employees were people who had worked at their company for 25 years or more. Immediately after the 25-year tenure is the 1-year tenure. From year 1, it drops down until about year 6, and then it starts climbing again.
For 1 year, you're just stoked that you have a job.
Just glad you have a job, dude.
Oh,
You
yeah, I got
used
a
to be
job.
unemployed.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Okay,
Number
is
ni-
anyone else thinking this graph is a little not trustworthy? Because like, I feel like it's the data. Like, if you've been working at a job for 25 years, then of course you're probably gonna like it. It's like watching Northern Lion play Binding of Isaac. That guy doesn't even have to think when he has the game open. If you've been doing a job for 25 years, you can walk in and turn your brain off and perform as well as this blood over here who's been working for 1 year. You could sit there and crack jokes and talk about your life for the entire shift and subconsciously perform your job. So I feel like it's a little misleading, right?
You're just stoked that you have
Just
a job.
glad you have a job, dude.
Oh,
You
yeah, I got
used
a
to be
job.
unemployed.
Yeah,
so. Number 9. Office manager.
Michael
Very
Scott.
similar to administrative assistant, I
Yeah.
would say.
More responsibility. You're running the entire building. Who's our office manager? Kobe.
Number 8. Executive assistant.
Okay.
Very similar jobs here.
Yeah.
So this is like this, but it's for one person.
At least.
You know, actually, you know what, too? I bet you any money. I bet you anything that one of these happiest jobs up here is going to be physician's assistant. And it's also a little curious and interesting that like a lot of these are assistants, attendant, assistant. That so like not necessarily having the job that has the most responsibility, but the job that helps the person that has a lot of responsibility has the highest level of happiness. That's interesting.
Like in the film industry, if you're like somebody's assistant,
Hey, Retro, thanks for the follow.
like,
Also,
that's
welcome
a
to
good
the chat.
job to have when you're young because you get to be around this person. You get to like learn the business by being inside of the business in a very intimate capacity.
Have you guys ever seen Mad Men? If you haven't, let me save you all of the time that it would take you to watch the series. He blacks out of stress and essentially almost implodes as a human and then has an epiphany about like literally the dumbest shit ever. So he'll be like, "Oh yeah, to sell these cigars, let's just say they're toasted. Let's just advertise these cigars by just saying they're toasted. All the rest of the cigars, they cause cancer, but ours are toasted." And then it's like everyone pats him on the back and he goes home and he sees his wife and his wife's like, "Hey, by the way, honey, let's stop using as much salt on our food." And he's like, "What? Are you kidding me?" And then like just in the back of his head, he's like, "I can't wait to cheat on my wife because she's not letting me eat salt with my food." There's different versions of that throughout the entire series. I just saved you all the time.
You get to like learn the business by being inside of the business in a very intimate capacity. It's almost like a mentor situation. But if you want to get into an industry, I think like executive assistant is a great way to do it. Number 7.
That's the show, yes.
Fitness instructor. Of course these guys are happy. They got all that dopamine running through their brains all the time.
You're using your body, which I think is a huge complaint for most jobs today.
Yeah.
Is like sitting at a desk.
Genitalia, happy 1000. You totally got me with that name.
Bro, what's up?
Yo, Steven.
Yeah, that's how a fitness
Steven.
instructor answers the phone, dude.
Why are fitness instructors so happy?
I'd say a lot of the satisfaction comes from like the relationship building. I do kind of keep a professional distance, but some of them I kind of consider friends. I don't really do it full time anymore, but I have 10-year clients. Health is important.
Yeah.
The ability to like grab a pull-up bar and do a dead hang for a minute at any moment of the day to decompress your back.
All right, peace, dude. Number 6.
Is anyone in this video going to say anything that's actually representative? Because half of that guy's answer was, I can grab a pull-up bar and decompress my back. And that's why I like being a fitness instructor. That's why I'm so happy. That was half of his answer. The other half was, I maintain a healthy distance with my clients.
Logistics manager.
A logistics manager oversees the entire supply chain, including purchasing, inventory management, warehousing, and transportation of goods to ensure on-time delivery at optimal costs. That is Tim.
Well, it's part of Tim. Tim is a lot of these.
What up?
Well, we're
Okay. So help me God. Tim better say something that's actually representative of what he does. So help me God.
jealous, Tim, because we're doing a video about the happiest jobs, and turns out one of the jobs you do at Speed is number 4 happiest.
Number 6.
Which one?
Logistics manager.
Oh, baby, my oldest specialty.
Why are you guys so happy?
Yeah, why are you so happy?
I do think it's like results-based type of thing. It's almost like a video game. Like you gotta connect dots all day long. Even to this day, like shipping Speed merch orders is like my little happy place. And at the end of the day, I get my little treat. where I get to sit in the garage and ship orders for a couple hours. So,
Well, if you want to keep making Tim happy
Okay.
and give him some orders to ship out, go to Speed, Dust and stuff.
Thank you.
Thematic. School.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I
Should pay
did.
him
I had
less.
to not make that joke so hard, like 4 or 5 times. I had to not make the joke of like, well, if you like it so much, then why don't we not pay you?
Number 5.
Sales representative.
That's what I say to all the mods, by the way. Juno, Narco, and especially Steven. Especially.
Representative.
Interesting. I've thought about doing this.
I
There's
think I
no
would be
way this is-
terrible
I think
at
I'd be
this.
Sales
really
rep?
good at it. I would sell anything. I just walk into a doctor's office. I'd be like, Dr. Mitch, what's up, my brother? Hard dat. This motherfucker's 65 years old, 70 years old. I'm wearing a suit. Big old knot in my tie.
Yeah.
I'd be selling catheters.
yeah.
Got these new ones.
No, the video is not about boring jobs or fun jobs. It's about how happy you are working the job. You can work a super boring job and be super happy. When I was working in the foundry way back when, my job was super monotonous, extremely repetitive, extremely boring. But like I wasn't necessarily unhappy. Now I was breathing in like black dust, black sand, and so I'd come home and I'd shower and I'd blow my nose and it would just be like pitch black dust everywhere coming out of my nose. But like that wasn't great. But just being able to just like think for like 8 hours about whatever and just like contemplate life and not necessarily think about anything. I wasn't like unhappy about that. I was like, whatever. I'm getting paid for this. I'm getting paid to think essentially.
00 gauge. Oh, you're still using the 1 gauge? Oh man, this will get the pee out faster. Real estate agent. The big leagues.
There's
version
no
of that
way,
one.
really?
Yeah, dude.
You're selling the big thing.
Yeah, you want to talk about big commissions that make a difference. Real estate agent. I also think that both of these attract a certain type of personality that is just kind of happy to begin with.
An extroverted person.
Yeah, you're extroverted, you're confident, and what is better than helping someone find a home? You know, like someone who's buying a house is so stoked. You get to make flyers and you get to put your face on bus benches. If you're big enough, the side of a
Bro, that's from
bus.
Nathan for you,
What
by
do you
the
think the
way.
number one-
By the way, retail workers far outnumber sales representatives. I'd say they are definitely not happy. If you say retail workers far outnumber, so there are a lot more of them, then wouldn't that make sense that the percentage of them that are unhappy outweigh the percentage of people in a much smaller group? So if you have 5% of people are unhappy as retail workers, but 5% of 10 million is going to be more than 5% of a million. You know what I mean? No, you can't say exactly. I feel like we're saying two different things.
One reason is that people quit their jobs.
Not enough money.
Not that, actually.
Really?
It's not. According to Bamboo HR, 58% of people cite management style as the number one issue that led them to quit.
Yeah.
47% of employees who quit say they loved their job but did not like their manager. It goes
Yeah.
to show that even if you have one of the jobs on this list, all it takes is a bad manager to totally negate that.
100%. Number 3.
How many of you can agree with that? Because I was working in Kentucky for 3 years as a teacher, and I loved the management and I loved the teachers that I worked with. I was making like, oh my God, the money that I was making was essentially nothing because I was working in like an incredibly poor county in Kentucky, incredibly poor. So I was making like no money, but I was happy. I was actually really happy. And then I went to Kuwait and became a teacher there. And the management at that school, that I will not name, was really, really bad. The teacher turnover was awful. This is the quote they used to say. Administration in the school used to say, guys, we did it. I feel like we're building the plane as we're taking off, but we did it. So essentially saying that everything is just falling apart. But like, and we're barely hanging on by a string, but like, hang in there, guys, because we got it. It was terrible. I might even still be working there to this day if it wasn't for that.
Software developer. RIP number 2 as well, dude. Software engineer.
Oh, they
What's
knew.
the difference?
I told my buddy Ross that we would call him. We called him in our most
They
regretted
knew?
and least regretted college degrees video. Very similar to this. If you're not thinking about what job to get, but what to study, you should watch that.
Hello?
Yo, welcome back to the show, Ross. I have a question
It's
for you.
gonna be
Are you a
physician's
software
assistant, watch.
developer or a software engineer?
I mean, I guess software engineer, I always just call myself a programmer.
Your number 2 happiest job on the list.
Number 2 happiest job, Ross. How does it feel?
know, here's what I will say, guys. There's a lot of tech employees in Austin, and a lot of them are software developers or software engineers, or they just say like, oh, I work in tech sales or tech something. And all of them are making like upper 5 figures or 6 figures. And they're all just like, I'm working like every once in a while. They never talk about what they do. They just say what they do, and then they never talk about it. They just have a lot of money, and they always have a lot of free time. That's all I know about them. So I guess it makes sense.
I feel pretty happy.
Well, what's the difference between a software engineer and a software developer?
It might be physician. You're right.
Why do you think you guys are so happy? What's your secret?
If you like mental challenge, like
This video
that's
came out,
kinda what you're
12
doing
days
every
ago.
day, and like it's satisfying to make something.
Do you feel like when you clock out, you're not thinking about work?
At my current job, yes. At my previous job, no. And that's kind of why I left it. Because my last job, I guess I was technically like DevOps. So like,
Was
if
it a
something
startup?
broke, I would get a call at 9 p.m. to fix it. And at my current job, that is not the case.
All right, thanks, dude.
Cool, man. See y'all.
And one thing that is very interesting, these
Hey, Victor.
follow in order exactly based on salary.
Really? That's crazy. But also not crazy at all.
You're telling me that a lifeguard makes less than a software engineer? Are you really going to sit here and tell me that?
I think there's a lot of talk amongst managers and leadership at companies. Like, how do we motivate people? Money. Give them more money. Because more money does buy more happiness. Like, not like having a bunch of money doesn't buy more happiness. Like, Elon Musk is a miserable person.
They're essentially contradicting themselves right now, because they just said 47% of people that quit their jobs quit because of management, and 58% of people that quit entirely say they quit because of something management related. So not having good management is what makes people not happy in their jobs. And then they turn around and say this. So they say the way how to motivate people is to pay them more. Like, yes, there's truth to that. If you're offered more money, of course that you're going to be more happy about that, right? You're going to be happy about making more money. But that's not they're talking like it's like the one thing. That doesn't make, I don't know. They're kind of contradicting themselves.
Who's like not happy at all. Like, having like excess, disgusting, grotesque amounts of money doesn't necessarily make you happy. But having enough money to not worry about like your house payment, or like buying groceries, or like having enough money to go on like a little vacation. So you have like money to not be scared. Like, that makes you happier. So if you're somehow somebody who's in charge of how much money other people make,
I agree with that.
You're watching this video, give them more money and take some of the money away from the people who have the gross amount of money, because it's not making them happier, and give it to the people doing the fucking work. Pay people more.
I feel like everything this guy just said is virtue signaling. And I feel like he doesn't even believe what he just said, and he's just saying it because he knows it's the popular take. Are these one of the people that got bought out by the private equity? Hang on 2 seconds. Did these people get bought out by private equity? Is this in that video that we watched on Tuesday? Isn't this one of the guys actually? Okay, you know what'd be crazy is if the answer to that question is yes, and I have this feeling in my gut right now.
Money. What's the number one job?
Well, I do think there's a point that somebody's unhappy.
Oh, he
because
left
their boss
Donut?
sucks,
Okay.
Yeah.
And paying them more money is
Actually,
not gonna
W
fix
for
that
you knowing
problem.
that. Thank you.
But you can't be worried about all these other extra things if you haven't fundamentally compensated people correctly. James, surgeon has not appeared yet.
No, and I don't know if it will.
Okay, hang on 2 seconds. Because I think whoever said this was a G, I think this is right. So like poggers, Twitch chatter, maybe? I guess programmer. Somebody said programmer. That would make sense. But like, really? Bro, if it's programmer, I'm actually going to be upset, I think.
Number one happiest job.
Physician! Similar.
Pretty close.
darn close.
I almost had it.
Surgeons are
I almost
He's
had
a
it.
surgeon and physician Jesse.
Our researchers are on it.
Dude, totally.
It basically takes the best of everything we've talked about so far. Like you said, helping people, or the social element, or being paid really well.
Yeah, you get to save babies. Dude, that's cool. I'm glad doctors are happy.
Yeah, it's a good thing doctors are happy. We want our doctors to be happy.
A surgeon is a physician.
It is a physician.
Damn, dude. And I just bet all of that on, what's it called?
Polymarket.
On Polymarket. So we're feeling good, dude.
All right, I think we get it, guys. Honestly, physician surprises me a little bit because I know a physician. There's a physician that I have in family through marriage. I guess he is really happy because he just gets to play golf because he's retired now all the time. But like, he worked super hard. Like he was working all the time. I guess their work is just really rewarding though. But like, can you imagine if delivering bad news as a physician though? That'd be kind of heavy hitting. I think we get the point though, guys. Interesting video. I wish they would have dived more deep on like what the actual tasks of each of these jobs are, but whatever. Look at this face right here, guys. You really think this guy's gonna dive really, really deep into what each of the jobs do? Okay, all right, okay. I honestly, that video came out 13 days ago, I think, 12 or 13 days ago. It has like 600,000 views, and I really thought it was gonna be like, hey, here's exactly what the jobs do. And here's exactly what the descriptions are, but it was more so just like a couple of guys hanging out, cracking jokes.